So this is Steve, and I'm here with Dr. Tom Hayhurst. We're at the Democrat rally tonight, waiting on the appearance of the 3 state-level candidates.
Right.
Tom, we're kind of in the home stretch. How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling very good. We're peaking out, I believe, at exactly the right time. We made something like 80,000 calls with the Hayhurst campaign, calls throughout this district, all 8 counties in this district, and we know really have a very good handle on who we need to turn out on election day. I'm getting a lot of good feedback. I've been doing a lot of door-to-door and talking with folks in a lot of different situations, a lot of positive feedback. I'm feeling good about it. I think we had some recent polling, like the most recent poll by a very solid organization said we're ahead 40 to 36. There's still 21% undecided. We want to make sure we connect with all those undecided voters and let them know that I'm the guy that's I've taken the pledge. Fight for jobs here in Northeast Indiana, and we're going to get that done.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, or what would your message be to those who, kind of look at the poll numbers overall and think, my vote's not going to make a difference? What would you say to them?
I'd say regardless of how the polls went, just be sure to vote, because all polls all have their flaws. There was a recent poll which was like totally out of whack with regard to this particular, I'd use the word bogus to describe it, that didn't make any sense at all. Another poll probably made a little bit more sense, but generally they are highly flawed, period. And I think the most important thing is to participate in the poll, which occurs at the polls on November 2nd. So everybody be sure to get out and vote. Very important just to be part of the democratic process. And I want to say also, I'm just honored to have had the opportunity to run for U.S. Congress, just the opportunity, and I greatly appreciate the 1,000 volunteers and the thousands of folks that have helped out in so many different ways. And I think we've got like 3,000 contributors to the campaign as well. Thank you, everybody. A lot of those are $5, $10, $50 contributions. Much appreciated. We're going to keep working right down to the wire and aim to have some good news on Tuesday evening.
Okay. And how do you feel about the answers that you've gotten from Marlin Stutzman? How do you feel about some of the answers that you've gotten from Stutzman on his farm subsidies and
Sure.
where are you at with that issue? Because I know that's been one of your key issues.
Yeah, where I'm at, my own thinking has evolved here to a certain extent. I'm more and more convinced that Marlin Stutzman is basically a clone of Mark Souder. When it comes to saying one thing and doing another, look at Mark Souder. Remember, he held up his hand and took that term limit pledge, and then for all sorts of bizarre reasons, he said, "Oh, I'm not going to stick with that pledge anymore." And with regard to Marlin Stutzman saying that in black and white, he's against farm subsidies, black and white, and he and his family accepted $900,000 of farm subsidies in the last decade. Then he said, well, they're maybe really okay, and kind of waffled on that, saying one thing and doing another. Then he said he was required to take farm subsidies. At least 3 different officials of the U.S. Department of Agriculture said that was a lot of hooey, and he applied for farm subsidies and received it. Saying one thing and doing another. And the important thing is the general principle involved. Can you put your faith in a guy that does that, who looks to all of us? The more we look at this, I think the more citizens look at the situation like a clone of Mark Souder, just more of the same. I'm going to be an independent voice, fighting to bring good jobs back to Northeast Indiana. I'll take that pledge. I'll stick with it. You'll see. Appreciate your support on Election Day.
All right. Good luck to you, Tom.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.